Hello, thank you for joining us with website authoring number 11. This task we're going to move on from the last task where we created an numbered list, which was an ordered list OL. This task we're asked to create a web page with similar details, fruit, apple, orange, pear, banana, lemon, but this time a bulleted list. Now we're going to roll on from that straight into the next activity, which we'll be creating a bulleted list using names of two resorts, 1W and 2, as the bullet list. These resorts are the Elmau in Austria and the Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. And for each resort, we're going to list the main activities, and herein lies what's known as a nested list. So let's have a look at the last activity, which we made a web page called fruit. Now, our fruit has our comment said numbered list. I'm going to change this to bulleted list. Actually, let's just run that for the sake of those who didn't see this activity. We're going to open with Internet Explorer. And see, this was a numbered list where we had the heading fruit and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we look at the code, I'll just change this. We want this to be a bulleted list. This is a comment. And we'll title it as bulleted list. We'll just change the last file. Keep the fruit. Now the thing is, it's not an ordered list. We want this to be an unordered list. So UL for unordered list, and finish UL down here. Finish the unordered list. Well, that's all we have to do. It's really just changing the ordered list into an unordered list, UL. So let's have a look at this. We'll save this. And now let's run this called fruit. Now let's right click, open with Internet Explorer. And there it is. It's just a bulleted list, dot points. And there's the bulleted list, no numbers, because now we've taken the OL and replaced it with UL. Now we're going to roll straight into the second part of this activity where we don't want fruit, we want the resorts Elmau in Austria. So I'm going to copy this, Elmau in Austria, copy that. And I'm going to put that as the first item in the list here. And we'll just change the title fruits to resorts. Resort activities, because it's different activities in the resort, yeah? So let's have a look at the other resort, which was Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. So we'll take that full and we'll put that as the second item list, and we'll get rid of these last three. Now let's save this and run this. Well, we're still calling it fruits, doesn't matter. Let's open with Internet Explorer. And now we've got resort activities, Elmau in Austria, Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. Now the thing is, we want a nested loop, we want a nested list inside here. So what we're going to do is, after we've got this, before we put this end list here, before we show this, let's just leave that. Don't put an end listed. Let's just go straight into a new unordered list and an end unordered list. So let's create a nested list inside between open the list and close the list. And we're going to put one of those also after Austria. So let's put that inside between the open the list item, close the list item. Now we've got a new list here. So a new list item would be here. Let's name the activities of Elmau, and they include skiing. Okay, end that list item. Another list item would be snowboarding. End that list item. Another list item would be sledging. I have never done this. I'm a little bit scared, I think. Slack, huh? And mountaineering. Another activity that I used to really think I could get into when I was younger, but as an older man, nah, I'll watch the documentaries. And there we have an unordered list inside the first list of Elmau in Austria. Now let's go to this list here, down here, Sharm el-Sheikh. Now we've ended that list item for Elmau in Austria. Now we start a new list item, and let's name the activities of Sharm el-Sheikh, and that's scuba diving. I don't mind snorkeling, but not scuba diving. Similar reason why I don't like the concept of mountaineering. And the next list item would be snorkeling. Now that I don't mind, as I just mentioned. It's close to the surface. All right, so we've got our unordered list inside our list item. Okay, there is our nested list. So we'll save this. Let's run this. Have a look at it. Click it or select it. Right click. Open with Internet Explorer. And there it is. We have a nested list inside for each of those. Notice they've got hollow dot points. These are solid dot points because they're nested. Try this with nested numbered list and use ordered list and see what happens. Thank you very much for joining us with this activity. Our next activity, we're actually going to be looking at working with color. So until then, stay happy.